me right now is psychologist Erik to talk about this issue. On the contrary, and before we start talking about athletes, it should be noted 3 weeks ago, a federal judge staying in Buckhead at the Ritz-Carlton Hotel beat up his wife enough that the police were called, so was an ambulance. So this is not, this is not the domain of athletes entirely.
Right, and I want to make that clear, too, that, to be fair, there are many, many gifted athletes out there who treat people with honor and respect and dignity, and they know the difference between when they're on the field and off the field. What we're more talking about here is an issue of power and seeing people more as objects than we are seeing a spouse or other people as people that deserve to be treated with dignity.
And let's talk about that in terms of, most of these athletes are very young. They're very immature. They're still growing as human beings, and they are immersed in these relationships, and many times they're not capable of handling.
Well, many elite athletes have been coddled and have been given extra special treatment all the way from their childhood years when they were showed talent all the way up through high school, through college. So my belief is that we not only have to look at helping people in the NFL to see that this is a problem, but going back to high school and the NCAA and them adopting policies against dating violence or dating violence in college and domestic violence, because athletes also get married in college, and these patterns begin long before they turn pro.
These are issues of gender, trying to understand how to circumvent these kinds of periods of rage and then reacting physically as opposed to trying to rationally decipher what issue you may have with your partner or your loved one.
Right, and a lot of it is about ego, because so much of our ego is fostered in an athletic environment. Well, if you never develop strength or confidence outside of your profession or outside of your skill set, then you don't know how to deal with situations. So you often deal with it through protective emotions like anger, rage, and hatred. Now, people might say, how is anger, rage, and hatred protective against somebody who you're hurting, who's less advantaged than you or smaller than you? Well, because it's about protecting my sense of self and showing I'm more powerful than you, even if I don't feel more powerful.
Well, you're talking about being a narcissist is what I hear here. And that's not just privy to athletes, but that's in attorneys, that's in judges, that's in television anchors, that's in all kinds of occupations across the spectrum. And these issues of domestic violence oftentimes are very much closeted.
It is, and that's the most tragic secret that we have. What, to me, the concern is about what the NFL did is they taught people, when you're found guilty of doing this, we're going to kick you out. What that sends the message to people who have domestic violence issues is not to seek help, but to even keep it a more secret. And my concern is that people even the abusers become more loud. If you tell anybody, I'll kill you. Or they get even more threatening about it because they don't want their secret to get out. Some people who are domestic abusers can be the most congenial, happy, funniest, best guys to get along when they're outside of their home, but that door closes and somebody else comes out, and that's the danger, is that people don't see it.
Dr. Erik Fisher, thanks for being with us. We appreciate your insight.
Thank you, and I hope that this leads to a continued discussion.
I hope so too.